Hello again. Here is question 9 from the 2025 Junior Cycle Ordinary Level Maths exam. This question is on arithmetic. And it says Alice gets €100 for her birthday. And she puts it in a bank account, okay? And she puts a further 25 in the bank account every month for 6 months, okay? So in the first part here, it says work out how much in total she will have in the bank account at the end of the 6 months. So what we can say here, we know that she has already €100, right? €100 in the bank account, okay? And every month she puts 25, okay? So what we can say for the first month, she will have 25, right? €25. In addition to the to the 100, and then for the second month as well, she will have another 25. So it's gonna €50 plus 100, right, and so on until for the 6 months. Okay, so what we can do here, we just can simplify the operation here, which can just say very simple 100. We just multiply a number of months, which is 6, okay, times 25, right? So that gives me an answer. For example, here we can say like that. We know that this is 100, right? Plus 6 times 25 is 150, and she will have at the end of the 6 months 200, right? You can say euro here, right? 200 and 250 euro. Okay, so that's the correct answer for the first part. In section B here, it says Alice puts €130 in a post office savings account, and the annual interest rate is 3%. Okay, so in the first part here, we need to work out how much interest Alice gets in 1 year. Okay, so the answer here is quite simple. What we can do is, we know that the interest here is 3%, right? So we just write down 3%, right? And that should be of what? Of the total amount, which is €130. Okay, we can also write it down using the fraction form, right? So we have here 3/100, right? And then times the total amount, which is 130. Okay, so let's bring up the calculator here. What we can do, we can start by using the fraction button here. Then we put the 3 and then the down arrow, and then we say 100 here, and then the right arrow times 130. Okay, this is the answer in the fraction form, and then we can get the corresponding decimal form of the answer using the SZ button here. Okay, so the answer is €3.90. So we can just write it down. This is euro, right? €3 and then 90 cents. And that's the correct answer for the first part of this section. And in the second part here, we need to work out the total amount of money in the account after 1 year. Okay, so also this is quite simple. What we can do here, we know that she started with €130, okay, in her account. Okay, and the interest rate in 1 year is €3.90. Okay, this means that she got an extra of €3.90 to her €130. Okay, so to find the total amount of money in the account after 1 year, okay, we just need to add those two numbers, which is the €130 and also the interest, the total interest in 1 year that we just computed from the first part here. Okay, so what we can do here, we can do it very simple, but we just say here, this is, we have initially we have €130 plus the amount of the interest which we have €3.90, and that should give me an answer of 133 and then 90 cents. And that's the correct answer for the second part of the section. In the section C here, it says Alice puts 120 euros in a credit union account, and this account earns interest. And at the end of 1 year, she has 124 euros and 56 cents in the account. Okay, we need to find the percentage annual interest rate for this account. Okay, so here again, also the answer is quite simple. Because we know that she started with 120 euros, and then after 1 year she has 124 euros and 56 cents. Okay, so basically the total amount of interest is just the difference between those two numbers. Okay, those two numbers. Okay, the total interest, and then we compute the total interest, and then after that we converted it to the percentage form. Okay, so what we can do here is just we write, for example, here interest, right? Interest, right? Equals the total amount of money after 1 year, which is 124.56 minus 120 euros. Okay, and that gives me an answer of 4 euros, right? And 56 cents. Okay, now to compute the percentage, we use the the fraction form. Okay, so what we can do here, just we say percentage equals, we know that the total amount of interest is 4.56, and this amount is basically, this one is out of the 120 euros. Okay, out of 120. Okay, so we write down here 100, right? So you can say euro, and here as well euro 120, and then we, to get the percentage, we multiply it by the 100. Okay, here we can use the calculator as well to get the answer. So basically we start with the fraction form, so we say 4.56 and then over 120, right? And then times 100. Okay, and the answer is 3.8, which is the percent. Okay, percentage. Okay, so we write it down like this, 3.8%. So we can say the ratio is 3, the percentage is 3.8 here percent, right? Percent. Okay, and that is the correct answer for the section C.